Hi, everyone, and welcome to podcast episode 37. I'm going to first start with a little bit of a announcement about the events coming up and some new products that I've brought forth for you. First off, I'll be in New York April 6th for my Limitless Abundance seminar. If you'd like to join us, all the details are at davidghiyam.com. I will be in Los Angeles, April 27th, for the third part in a series, and it's okay if you haven't taken the first two seminars. The third part will be about advanced reincarnation, astrology, and our soul's purpose. And then I will be May 4th in London, my only European stop, and would love to have you. And this will cover both relationships and prosperity, the manifestation of both. I'm also extremely excited and appreciative to be able to announce the launch of my newest online digital series, which is yourinfinitesoul.com. I go deeper, I'm more tactical, more to the point. It's about 3 hours of content. So if you have already taken Kabbalah 1, 2, and 3, that would be perfect for you. If it's your first time finding my content or wanting to learn about the wisdom of Kabbalah, this will also be perfect for you. It is designed to help you get clarity about your life, about how to manifest miracles, and how to tap into the fulfillment that the Creator has created for us on the level of relationships and abundance. It is also wonderful if you're looking for clarity in your life about any kind of problem that you're facing right now. So what is the energy of this week, and what is it that many of us might be feeling? I talked about this a little bit on my latest IG Live. This idea that before the full moon of Aries, it's usually about 40 days before, there is a transition where every soul in this world experiences what is called gadlutb. And the sages give this terminology to discuss a very expansive energy, a very high-level energy that comes into the lives of all people. Gadlutb indicates that part of us that is truly divine. And so our higher soul begins to come to us during this period of time. This energy comes in its full force on the night of April 12th. And so 40 days before, we will be experiencing some shifts. What will we be experiencing? Whenever a great light desires to come in, and for each of us, it will be different based on what we have prayed for and asked for in the last 3 to 6 months to 9 months often. Based on what you have asked for, you have drawn in a certain energy that becomes manifested on the night of April 12th. But before then, there has to be a cleaning of the soul. And so any part of our lives which is connected to what the sages call katnut aleph, which is a very small energy. It is the small desires. It is the areas of our lives that we are settling for less. Any aspect of our life that is small will be awakened and will be disturbed. Because many of us seek out and desire this incredible life of fulfillment, both on a spiritual level. We all want wisdom. We want clarity. We want consciousness. We want to feel good. We want to be emotionally sound, but also on a physical level. We want to be able to enjoy life. We want to experience the pleasures of this physical world as they were created for us to experience in a balanced way. But in order to bring in this large voltage of fulfillment, in order to bring in a true life partner, if that's what you're looking for, or maybe you're trying to have children, or maybe you're trying to break through something in your career, or maybe there's some form of healing you're looking for. In order to bring that energy in, a small energy has to be released. And this is essentially what ego is. The Kabbalists say, well, how do you define ego? My teacher, Rav Berg, would say, ego is just a small desire. For example, if I'm looking for the validation of someone to make me happy, and without it, I am not happy. So think about validation for a moment. Think about anyone in your life that you need them to like you in order to have a good day. You need them to like you in order to feel that your purpose has been met. You need them to like you in order to define you. This would be a small desire. Because the only approval we should be looking for is the approval of the Creator. And the more we study Kabbalah, the more we understand this energy intelligence that is called the Creator. And as a result, we can be able to shape our lives to become vessels for this light. Too often we become vessels for the light of humans, of other people. We look for validation and approval from our audience. We look for validation and approval from our parents. We look for validation and approval from the people that we are dating or our romantic partners, or even our children, whether they are young or grown up. We're always looking to see if we are a good parent or not. We're always looking to see and defining that by results. Well, if I'm successful in my career, it must mean I'm doing a good job. And if people like me, it must mean I'm doing a good job. If the comments are complimentary, it must mean I'm doing a good job. And we have to detach from that. The need for validation is one of the small desires that gets broken in each of us during this period of time. And if it hasn't been broken from the outside, we can proactively go into the software of our soul and overcome that, because whoever's approval you need for your happiness, eventually that person will have to be involved in some form of chaos in your life. And the reason that happens is because whenever we lean on someone for our happiness, or we lean on someone, we make that person our God, our source of light, they have to be taken away, because by default, we are settling. And our soul is meant to reach its perfected state. Our soul comes down into this world in order to experience endless fulfillment by becoming one, divakut, with the Creator. Having affinity of form with the Creator, this is our soul's purpose. So you can imagine that every time we are settling for less, every time we are looking for a human to be our source of light, or our reputation to be our source of light, or our achievements to be our source of light, then eventually those things have to be taken away. How are they taken away? Either they are actually leaving our life, like someone will leave your life, or you still physically have them, but you do not feel connected to them. One of the reasons we do not feel connected to someone, maybe someone that you are married to, someone who is in your life, is because you are using them for your happiness. And when you use someone, you deplete them of the very energy that you're looking to receive to be fulfilled. However, when you transition that and even use the mantra and say, I only look towards the light of the Creator for my fulfillment, you now bless the person who you were originally taking from. Now they can actually grow. Because when we use people for our happiness, we age them, we disease them, we are casting evil eye on them when we are using them. The only source of energy we should have, the sages say, is the light of the Creator, is our relationship with the Creator. There is a phrase, the sages say, Ein od milvado. There is nothing besides me and the light of the Creator, and this needs to be our consciousness. So what about all the people in this world? What about all the things that I do or the career that I have? Or what if you're a content creator and you have an audience of people? What about these people? We have to be very careful to always meditate before you post, before you create, before you hire someone, before you create a product out for the world, that you are not looking to take from your audience to fulfill any wound or hole inside of you. Your audience, number one, will feel that and they will be turned off. And they will not feel attracted to your energy eventually. Or they will not be turned off, but the pursuit will not be blessed. At some point, it will fall apart, either physically or energetically. You know, 3 types of wealthy people in this world. 3 types of wealthy people. The blessed, the cursed, and the one that is being tested. Who is the wealthy person that is blessed? And wealth doesn't just necessarily mean financial abundance. It can be anything of value that comes into your life. Once it comes into your life, you are wealthy, but you could fall into one of 3 categories. A person who is blessed means that they have liquidity. They have access to that wealth. That wealth is enhancing their life and bringing them closer to their greatest self. It is taking them away from addiction and towards wholeness. This wealth is able to be abundant for everyone. It is constantly flowing. This wealth means you are not the product. You have another source of energy that flows through you that doesn't depend on your time. Because think about it this way. If a doctor goes on vacation for 2 weeks, and this vacation costs her $10,000, did the vacation really cost her $10,000? No, the vacation actually cost her $20,000 or $30,000 because she's also losing the money she would have made if she was in the office. So there's an opportunity cost at hand here. And so when you are the product, it is hard to fully be blessed with your wealth because you always have to give up something in order to have something else. And you are not able to help those people in the office when you are traveling on vacation. So to be blessed means that things flow. It means I have access to the energy of that thing. It means that thing is bringing me peace of mind. It also means that other people are blessed by virtue of it. If you have something that is good for you, but it is destructive or chaotic for other people, then your wealth is not blessed. And many times, actually, when we do receive something in life, one of the reasons why we should conceal our blessings or share our blessings. If you're going to reveal your blessings, make sure you're sharing them. If you are going to not share them, make sure you conceal them. Because the moment someone sees that you have something that they want, it causes them pain. It causes chaos. It causes jealousy. It causes destruction, whether we like it or not. In the same way, for example, if someone dresses provocatively and causes another person to think inappropriately of them and as a result leave their relationship, the question becomes, and the sages ask, who is responsible here? And there is a verse from the Talmud, from these ancient texts written thousands of years ago. You should never put a stick in front of a blind man. The person who puts the stick in front of a blind man and says, look, the blind man tripped, it's his fault. It is our fault for making it easy for someone to fall. So that is a spiritual law. So this all goes back to the concept of being blessed and being wealthy. Then there are people who are wealthy, but they are cursed. They have access to the money, but maybe they cannot use it. It belongs to them, but they aren't liquid. They aren't flowing with energy. There's constant problems with the money. There's constant problems with this gift that was given to them. It's like when someone becomes wealthy and they start to buy many homes, and these many homes have many mortgages, and these many homes have many gardeners, and these many homes have many leaks, and these many homes have many other aspects that then take your time and take your energy. It's like when somebody buys a boat and the joke they make that these boats actually are wonderful the first day you buy them, and maybe once or twice in the year that you take them out, but all the other times they cause you problems. They actually take more energy from you than they give to you. And this is the energy of being cursed. It could be that you're very wealthy, but you have health challenges. So what's the point? You never feel good anyways. So you could buy beautiful things. You could be in a wonderful vacation. You could be sitting in the most beautiful place in the world, eating the best food with the best people, but you're not healthy. And so you are suffering. And so you are cursed with your wealth. It could be that you're healthy and wealthy, but you're having some issues with your children. Because we know that a parent is only as happy as their happiest child. If your child is suffering, you cannot be happy. You're always thinking about them. You're always worried about them. So what if you have money? All that money cannot help that child. In fact, probably that money hurt that child in some way. And it is what caused them to suffer, which is a whole different discussion on the topic of bread of shame. And the third category is the one who is wealthy because he or she is being tested. Sometimes wealth comes to a person because that is the beginning of their tikkun process. They can only work on their soul's correction. They can only work on their tikkun if they are wealthy. And they cannot begin their spiritual journey if they do not have that excess energy, that excess wealth, that excess money. So these are three different categories of vessels that hold energy. Ultimately, we want to be in the category of the blessed. But it is important for each of us to ask ourselves, which category are we in now? If we are being tested, we are in the middle. And it is our consciousness. It is the way we act with the wealth. It is the question of, are we sharing and sharing it in a way that is elevating people, not giving them bread of shame, not causing them to work less, not causing them to fill up their vessel with something that they have not earned and as a result will not appreciate and as a result will blame you for. If you gave your 18-year-old child $5 million as a gift because you are helping them and you want them to be happy, we know that this money will destroy them. It is too much energy for their vessel to handle. So if you are in the state of being tested, and truthfully, we are always in the state of being tested. We have different degrees of our vessel that are blessed, and we have different degrees of our vessel that is cursed. The cursed is a result of prior seeds that were planted that were reactive, that we were using the people, using the money, not to help us connect with the Creator, but using the money and using the wealth, using the connections, using the networking, using the audience to fill a black hole that was inside of us. And the moment we do that, the wealth loses its blessing. So this is the time of the year to make that audit. Which category are you in? And we have aspects of ourselves in each of these categories. What more can we do today to be blessed? The secret is to look at everything in your life and ask yourself, if that left you today, would you at least be able to have the consciousness to still be happy? Meaning you may feel pain at that moment if something left you. We obviously will have pain if somebody close to us dies. We obviously would have pain if all of a sudden we lost money. No one is denying that. But do you feel if that would happen, that you would be able to have the consciousness to see that nothing actually left you? Would you have the consciousness to still aim to be joyful, to be giving, to feel whole inside, even though something was taken away from you? This is an exercise we must all do, and this will create immunity around the blessings that we have. This is what will cause us to be blessed. This energy that is available in the month of Aries and 40 days before the full moon especially, which is happening in this year, 2025, on the night of April 12th, and it will last for 25 hours. That's where the greatest infusion comes. This light is here to help all of us become blessed and to surrender and let go of the consciousness, of the way of thinking, of even the relationships that are keeping us small. This is a time where a lot of people break up. This is a time where a lot of people end relationships, end engagements, end business dynamics, because the energy of greatness, of gadlutb is coming in and doing the work for us in many ways. It is painful, but lean into it. This is your test. Your test is how you act and how you show up in times of pain and loss. So we can avoid losing by proactively meditating on our life and seeing where we are using that thing for happiness and going through a proper meditation to shift our consciousness. It can take you just 10 seconds to do that. Or we are growing by the energy itself coming in and taking it away from us, which is also not a bad thing. It is a good thing. And you may be going through this right now. So lean into it. Let's start with a mantra now that we can use for this week's energy. I ask the Creator to show me all the parts of my life that I have made my God, that I am using for my happiness or to fill a void or a wound. I ask for the strength to be whole by myself, for myself, knowing I don't need anything for my happiness.